But the green flag about to wave in the air. Aaron Leach taking him to the green flag for the EI Real Estate Wing Champ Karts as they start their 20-lap feature and head into turn 1.
They're already getting nerf bar to nerf bar, giving a little shove.
Big wreck. Looks like, that is Robert Pellick, who took the huge lick into turns 3 and 4. He's actually
still rolling.
I don't know how he's doing it. Pretty sure he's going to, man. It looks like the other kart involved in that was the number 10 of Danny Millard. Yeah. As it looks like we're still going to be under the green flag.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are.
Caution. And Leach backed off because they thought the caution was coming out.
Yep, now here comes the caution.
If you get in the right distance away, and that's that drafting deal you see happen. And, of course, like we said, the Leach brothers trying to do what they did twice last year and finish 1, 2, 3.
Well, right away here at the green flag we have, looks like they're going to count that first lap. Looks like Aaron's going to get a big push from David Millard as they head into turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, there's a 3-car draft that is connected, and they are trying to get through here. It looks like, I see the 67 of Chris Bechtel. Jeffrey Johnson's in that group. And a few new guys as I look down my list. The sheets here, Tim Waltrip also in that group as they're getting connected. But meanwhile, the front 3 have connected, and they have left. Again, that is Aaron Leach, Davey Millard, and I'm trying to see the third one here. That sun is mighty bright there in turn 3. There we go. 39 of Madison Morrell.
Yep. And I'll tell you what we're looking at that you were talking about is Bechtel and the 2 Waltrips are actually out of the same camp. They have the same wrap on the cars. They just have the different numbers on them. So they're trying to get their threesome hooked up. And
problem is they just committed a cardinal sin here in Champ Kart racing, where they're not being that disciplined right away. It's a 4-car group, and it's just not working. 4 doesn't work in this division. It can be very tough.
Exactly. And Jeffrey Johnson's in the wrong spot right now because they are trying to get together.
Well, the issue, what you're seeing right now is they're all 4 trying to stick together, and what happens is when you have 4, that last kart is really hard to do, and you get bad runs. Like you see them going to the bottom now, and it's just not the right way to do it. Having a 4-car team in Champ Karts is not going to get you a lot of wins in this division. But right now, Aaron Leach is your leader with 4 laps on the board. David Millard in second, Madison Morrell in third. Then Scott Allen, Danny Millard in fifth, who was involved in that first lap crash. Finish out your top 5 as they come across the line. They complete 5 laps.
You remember Morrell out here last season, I think it was the last season or the season before, hit the turn 4 wall.
It was 2 years ago. She actually didn't race much last season.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember if it was 2 years ago, but it was. And she hit right on where it says Langley Speedway in turn number 4, and that was a hard lick. The young lady actually was transported to the hospital locally to get checked over because it was such a hard lick. And good to see her back and ready to race here.
No, glad to see her doing well. But this is going to be interesting here. So Madison Morrell has lost the draft, which means the front 2 are going to be sailing off, and she's going to fall back into the grass of these other drivers. Meanwhile, a little further back, if these guys could get 1 3-car draft, they still have plenty of time to get up to the front 2 here. But it's going to be pretty hard to do, as you see both the Leach brothers, the 51 to 73, trying to get right now what looks like Danny Millard. And if those 3 got together, they've worked better in the past. They have a shot at it right now, but Danny is glued to Scott Allen's bumper, and they're going to try and pick up Madison Morrell here in just a moment as they come off turn 4. He actually decided to go underneath, and they will freight train right by her. The Leach brothers will go on the outside of her, and she is just plummeting through the field, and that's just what can happen in this division.
And while she's doing that right now, Billy Grimes retires from the race down here. Gloves already coming off and getting ready to climb out the 11 kart.
Well, it was his first race. It can be a lot to try and learn this game coming in here. Meanwhile, we do have that 3-car draft led by Scott Allen as they come across the finish line with 9 laps on the board. Question is, did Aaron Leach and David Millard put enough time on him?
Oh, 1 kart sideways. The 17 kart of Waltrip gets way sideways down in 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's just running a little bit too loose for this track right now. And you go in the corner, and these are fast speeds for these karts. Meanwhile, look at this. Here comes contact here. Madison Morrell and Matt Leach get into it. Little chopping, blocking happening. That's going to split up the Leach brothers. Robert Pellick's going to pick up Matt Leach as they go into turn 3. As Madison pulled a huge block in the corner.
I'll tell you what, in that incident in the opening lap, the safety net that goes on up next to your head on the left side of the 10 kart is loose, and it's just dangling in the breeze right now.
Well, dangling and still being intact, that means you're not breaking any rules.
Yeah.
as Matt Leach continues to try to find a way around Madison Morell, and this might come a little interesting here in just in a few moments. He's probably a little mad with her right now, as that has now become a 4-car draft as Robert Pellick falls off Matt's bumper, probably because a little bit of that damage from the earlier incident. Oh, getting loose again. Madison's got a handful with that kart right now, but you can see it. She sucked right back up to them.
Yeah, she's running a whale of a race, man, after losing that draft of the leaders and having been bypassed by about 3 or 4 karts, and she's made up 3 of those karts and got her back self into a solid top 5 right now.
Yeah, she's holding her strong, but right now that group just not disciplined. I mean, Matthew Leach is in 1 kart, almost able to hang with them just because they haven't been able to hold it together. But right now, Aaron Leach, David Millard with almost a 4.1 second advantage over the rest of the field right now, is third on back, just can't get organized enough to make a run. And they're continuing to lead this pack right now. When they come to the line, it's going to be only 5 laps to go. But definitely got a great battle here shaping up for third, as we got 6 karts battling for it as they head through turns 3 and 4. Again, led by Scott Allen, followed by Danny Millard, Madison Morell, Matthew Leach, and then the 30 of Jeffrey Johnson and Chris Bechtel rounding out the rest of that. Chris Bechtel being the 8th place kart. Here we go.
Back into Morell and got her up the racetrack, and now
side by side.
Outside comes a kart.
And Leach is not going to have any luck with it as he tried to make a move. It took too much speed off of him, and Jeffrey Johnson and Chris Bechtel able to get up in the mix there, and that's going to cost all of them a little bit of issue there. And track time on with just a few laps to go, less than 4. As again, Aaron Leach and David Millard now a full straightaway over third place as they start lapping a few karts here coming off of turn 4. As it looks like Matthew Leach will fall right between Chris Bechtel and Jeffrey Johnson in the 3-car draft. Meanwhile, Madison Morell looks like she's going to finally fall off the bumper there. No, she might suck, but that thing has a great closing rate. Problem is she can't seem to hold it coming off the corner, and she has to make up ground every time.
It's like what you said, she's running so loose that she's just losing the exit or the entrance and has to make it up every time down the backstretch.
And here we go, battle for the lead as David Millard goes right on the inside of Aaron Leach and takes the lead with the white flag in the air. Something tells me that was probably on purpose. No one passes Aaron without having help.
No.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron Leach is perfectly content with giving Davey this win, and they're going to come down the back straightaway. And Davey Millard is going to come off through 3 and 4, come down the front straightaway, and he is going to win the feature for the 20 laps for the ERA Real Estate Pro Wing Champ Karts.
And pulls into Dale Lemon's victory lane. It is Pepsi night at the races. Danny coming over to congratulate his brother, give him his hat. Just a solid wheel the entire time. And Reverend Potter getting a quick hug in. Get a quick swig of Aquafina spring water from our fine sponsor, Pepsi Cola. And, man, just I know you're out of breath because that was a wild run because, I mean, you had that one incident that gave you a little bit of a breather, but then a straight 19 laps.
Yeah, that was exciting. Finally did some changing on the kart, got the kart to handle a bit better. Jimmy Ogles builds a nice motor for us. I got a lot of people to thank. I got Earl Sawyer Automotive, Barry Moore with Nazem Auto Body, John Robb with Reach Prosthetics. Son-in-law puts the graphics on these karts. They look good. I got to thank the Leach family. I was struggling a little bit last year, and they helped me out big time. So they're like family to me. I got to thank my brother, Danny. We battle it. We get out here. Good job, brother. But I got to thank my wife for allowing me to do this at 54 years old. I'm very fortunate.
There you go, my friend.
Thank Langley Speedway, and thank everybody for coming out and supporting HRKC.
I tell you what, man, we're thankful for you and your brother and everybody that races these karts, man. Congratulations.
Thank you much, Buck.
You know it, brother. God bless you too, man.
Hi, baby girl. Yay.
David Millard, folks, give a big hand to this gentleman. He's going to come around here, and that first piece of hardware for the ERA Real Estate Professionals Pro Wing Champ Karts, well, Corbin's going to give it to him.